Hey there, TRASTRA fans. Welcome to our Friday morning coffee shop that, for technical reasons, we have to do on Saturday morning. And I apologize for that profusely. Hopefully, this doesn't ruin your weekend. The plan for today is to go over some of the standings in the crypto market, and I've prepared some reading material for the rest of the weekend for you guys, and hopefully, you'll find it enlightening as well as entertaining. Also, I'll show you some of the latest posts that we've posted on our blog. A couple of articles that I think are going to be interesting for everyone, novice as well as crypto pro. And that's it. Hopefully you'll have a good time reading it and come out of this thing a little more entertained and a little better educated. So let's get into it. Let's go over the crypto standings. First of all, Bitcoin's at 36.6 euros. Things are not looking great. All of our favorite coins are pretty much right up front. I don't have to open any additional browser windows. So ETH at 2.7 euros. Okay, you may have noticed that we've decided to switch to euros because TRASTRA Visa is accepted pretty much anywhere Visa is accepted in the world, which is like almost 50 million locations, points of sales, ATMs, etc. But since the card's only available for order in the European Union, we figured we're better off denominating our services and just informing you in euros. So that's I think that makes much more sense for everyone. So anyway, Tether's where it's supposed to be. Let's see, we're not doing BNB yet. Here's XRP, my favorite coins at 0.66. Wow, it's a bit of a tumble. Okay, there's your USDC right here. And let's see, what's missing is Bitcoin Cash. Let's go ahead and Litecoin also. So let's just go ahead and dial it in. Litecoin's at 98 euros right now. Again, I'm recording this on Saturday morning. It's Saturday, April 23rd. I chuckle every time people do price predictions on blogs that are only published, a couple of days or a few hours after the actual event. Let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash. 295. Wow, it's kind of surprising and really encouraging that BCH is holding its ground right now. When still in the red. Don't get me wrong, everything's in the red right now, especially after the Powell speech on Thursday. Jerome Powell's been putting this out, sort of like a linear attack on interest rates, and finally he actually came out and said it out loud on Thursday. I think it was a panel arranged by the ECB, European whatever. It was a panel where he was with Christine Lagarde. It was a virtual thing, and he said that he's gonna hike interest rates because inflation's eating up much of the dollar these days, and of course there's a risk that higher borrowing costs are gonna sort of crimp investment, and the consumer market's gonna suffer because of that. That is a given. But what interests us right now is that I actually came across a pretty good article on Wall Street Journal about that. Unfortunately, it's behind the paywall. You can't read it, and I'm not going to give you my logins. But there's a piece on the same subject on CoinDesk. It's a pretty decent one, so I strongly recommend you read it. One thing that's really important, and I think astonishingly important, is that the safe assets are going to come out of this thing, with double-digit returns for the first time, probably over the last 20 years. So the government bonds, the treasuries, the everything, the safe assets that are designed not to be an investment vehicle but a safety vehicle, those are going to bring us double-digit returns, and that should, quite frankly, terrify those who are hodling crypto. Michael Saylor should be really like jumping out of his pants and thinking up ways to deal with the situation. So anyway, these are the two articles that I thought I might point out for you guys. This is actually a very important subject, so I suggest you familiarize yourselves with this, because it's gonna unravel pretty soon. It's already unraveling, but it's something very important that's going on right now. Here's what else is new. Moving on, let's talk about something. And actually, if you don't want, if you don't want to endorse major media, I mean, I don't know if there's such a thing as mainstream media in crypto, but I mean, CoinDesk and everything, Cointelegraph, these are like the accepted leader in media production when it comes to crypto. But I encourage you to check out the website. It's called dollarcollapse.com. I mean, the design on this thing, harks back to the early 90s. And it's amazing that these people are not really paying attention to this thing. But luckily, the content is absolutely marvelous. I mean, people who are collaborating with this whatever it is, news organization or a blog or some sort of a publication. I mean, the material is actually top-notch, very high quality. So I encourage you to read as much through this website as possible. Okay, so moving on. This is one thing that I've discovered for myself just now. I kid you not. I've just discovered this thing called Metaverse as a Service. This particular article goes back to March 18th. So the concept's been in existence for at least a month. It's actually interesting. I mean, I encourage you to, if you haven't heard of this, and chances are you haven't, I don't mean to brag, but if I hadn't heard about it, chances are you may not have neither. So I encourage you to read through it because it's really fascinating. It's interesting that we know that Metaverse is actually a vehicle for all kinds of different brands and media production and GameFi and SoFi, SocialFi and everything. But I've never thought of it as some sort of a platform that can provide actually, tangible and useful and in-demand services. And it can. It already is. And there's some examples here. There's like Loveless World. As soon as I'm done with you guys, I'm gonna go to a Loveless World and check it out. And it says here that it offers Metaverse as a Service toolkit that provides developers and users with the technologies necessary to create and trade NFTs, operate smart contracts, monetize VR gaming, integrate with other Metaverse platforms, and much more. I'm not sure what all that means. Since we already have many platforms that are providing services, for NFT trading and creation, we have cryptocurrency to actually move funds and, pay for assets, and we have different wallet technology that basically covers all that. Yeah, and I'm just wondering if it's another, hyped up abbreviation like, I remember the initial, not coin offering, what was it? Never mind. Right, there's some cool brands out here and some cool names: Propelmas, Touchcast, Metaverse Books. I'll definitely check them out as soon as I'm done recording this video, and I suggest you do too, because it sure sounds like fun. Let's move on to what we've been doing lately. And over the last couple of days, I don't know if you noticed or not, we've posted a couple of articles that I'm very proud of personally, because I think they bring real utility. We give you a lot of useful information, real actionable information on how to do things. In particular, there's one, what's an STO and why do we need it? The security token offering, this is not exactly what TRASTRA does, but I think it's a fascinating subject. It's a completely new way to fundraise online, completely new way to go public with your business. And if you haven't already, I strongly encourage you to familiarize yourself with this concept because it's really fascinating. And, we wrote a pretty decent article on it, so I encourage you to read that over the weekend. Also, there's one on what can you buy with Bitcoin in 2022, the ultimate guide. I love this one, and kudos to Sonia, our designer, our illustrator, for producing such an awesome graphic for it. I love this basket. But anyway, So you'll be absolutely surprised that in 2022, well, let me put it this way: a year ago, there was like you had enough fingers on one hand to actually count all the products and services that you could buy, that you could pay for directly with Bitcoin without having to exchange it to fiat. Well, not in 2021, but in 2020. Let's put it this way: in 2020, you had very few opportunities to pay for things directly with Bitcoin. In 2022, the list is really long and very interesting. I mean, there are some things you can buy with Bitcoin directly, again, without having to exchange it to fiat. You know, from traveling to, you know, hosiery. You know, so read the article. We've got some links in here. It's pretty informative, so you'll have plenty of fun. You and whoever you share that article with, you'll have plenty of fun reading it. So I encourage you to do that. And well, this is basically it for this morning. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I haven't bored you to death with my rantings, but and I'll see you on Monday when you watch my newsreel, and I bid you adieu. Peace.